The story of Ishmael Bampoh has been captivating many on social media the past few days, and you can't blame them because it's not every day you hear that a young man who used to be a cobbler or a shoemaker rises to graduate from the university with a first class in economics. Of course, that story has captivated us too, and we have the unique opportunity of interviewing Ishmael on Human's channel today. So let's talk about your upbringing. Where did you grow up in?
Please, I was born and bred in Suhum.
Suhum?
Yeah.
I see. So that's where you had your education, primary school, JHS, and all of that. But how was life, growing up? Who were you living with, and how was life?
Actually, I was staying with my parents.
Okay.
But when I was at age 7, my parents divorced. Yeah. So my mother went to remarry, and then we were staying there. But when I was about to complete junior school, my parents broke up.
Okay.
They broke up again. I mean, the second marriage.
Yeah.
That also fell on rocks again. Okay. So my mother became a single parent, and you know how single parents always suffer to take care of students or kids.
Yeah. So what did that mean? What did you have to do to support yourself, see yourself through school, and all of that?
Oh, actually, I was reading for people, carrying things for people, doing all sorts of stuff just to get some money.
Yeah.
I was selling charcoal
all around.
Yeah, there was a government hospital close to us, so when you send charcoal there, they buy it to heat water for the patients.
Okay.
We are doing a lot of things.
And then you managed to finish GHS.
Oh yeah, actually I was able to finish GHS. Yeah. And when I was about to finish GHS, I quite remember the registration fee the payment of the registration fee was very difficult for me. So my mother sold about 5 fowls that she was having. Even some were even laying eggs, but she sold all of them just to get the money for the registration. So fortunately, I was able to complete. Okay. When I completed, I was the second best student. Okay. But I couldn't continue to the senior high school.
What was the challenge? Obviously, the fees was the challenge.
The fees, because we were told to pay around 264 Ghana cedis or so. That amount was too huge for my mother.
You couldn't do it. So what did that mean? Did you have to stay at home?
Because I'm very brilliant.
Yeah.
I told myself that by all means I must go to school.
Okay.
So I started working with some masons. Then the man told me, because I'm very young, I may misuse the money, so he will be saving for me. So I was just working with him. He was paying the other laborers, but as for my money, he was always saving it.
Okay.
Even when sometimes when I'm hungry and I ask him, he says, "Oh, I'm saving the money. Don't worry."
Then
when it gets to the time for me
to go to
the senior high school, I asked him for the money. He told me that he couldn't save the money because of some circumstances. He couldn't explain to me.
So that was 1 year after you graduated?
1 year after completion. So that was 2007 because I completed the junior high school in 2006. So I stopped doing that mason work. Then I decided to do another way.
Okay.
I met a young man and he bought a SIM card for me to do space to space. Yeah. And then to sell recharge cards. Yeah. We agreed that he will be saving the money for me, and then we agreed on a certain amount he will be paying me. The man came and he told me that I've seen that sales was not good, so he cannot pay me as I expect. So if I like, I should stop. And then he gave the thing to somebody else to do.
So that was year 2?
Year 2.
After GHS.
So after working for a whole year, that was the story he told me.
All through this, what was running through your head? How did you feel?
I was not afraid of what he was doing because I was so determined to go to school, no matter what happened.
Why were you so determined to go to school? Because people in your circumstance would have chosen another path, maybe learn a trade or something.
My mind told me that the only way I can come out of these problems is to go to school. Because I thought that education would give me more enlightenment, then it may help me to acquire some job.
So that is why. So that was year 2 with the space-to-space guy.
Yes, please.
And then what then happened after that?
I stopped the space-to-space and I was at home, not doing anything. One day I was just asleep and it seems like somebody was teaching me how to sew or how to mend shoes. So the following day, I went to the town and then I bought the thread and needle and everything, and I started working as a cobbler or a shoemaker. I put a very small table that we used to, we will eat on it at home. That is what.
So you put it in front of your house.
Yes,
to
in front
attract
of our house.
customers, and then you put your tools on it and all
yes.
of that.
So I was not able to buy hammer and stuff. I was able to just buy the needle and then some thread, because the thread, they tie some at 20 pesos and 10 pesos at that time.
Yeah.
So I bought some and I started working. At first I was failing because actually I don't know, nobody taught me. I was failing when I sold it for people. They come and complain that you are not doing the job well. So I improved on the job and I was doing it better. So I became very excellent.
Okay.
So fortunately for me, a certain guy who is also a shoemaker, who works by the roadside, he came and then he said that he's traveling. So because he's traveling, he wants me to come and use his shop.
So he wanted you to come and man his shop?
Yes, I should move from my house because sales is not good at my place.
So it would be better by
the roadside. So I went there. When I went there, I started working, but the order he gave me is that I should be saving some money for him, which is even higher than what I am expecting every day.
Okay.
Or the money I will get to save so that I can go to school.
Yeah.
So after working for some time, I stopped and then I made a small box. I carried it
around, just like the shoemakers you know. So hitting it, moving
so
from
about some months
to the other.
of doing that, I was able to get my money for some table. That table was bigger than the eating table at home.
Okay.
So I went to a certain man and he gave me a place by the roadside, and I started working on my own. When it is coming to rain, I find it very difficult.
Yeah, because you didn't have a shade or anything.
I don't have anything. When the sun is shining, I was very hot.
So so you were sitting by the table in the scorching sun?
In the scorching sun, yes.
Working.
Because I couldn't even afford that kind of umbrella or anything. Yes.
Okay.
Sometimes I hide behind and look took there. Then when I close from work, I carry the things home because some people leave their shoes with me. I have to carry them home. I was doing also because of what? I want to save some money to go to school.
Okay. So were you able to save enough to go to
yes,
school?
actually, I went to the school to ask the amount they charge because it was almost 3 years after I completed school. So by all means, the fees might have been increased. So I went to the school to ask, and then they told me the amount. So I was determined to get that amount to go to school. So it was just 3 years.
Okay.
After I completed junior high school. They said that is the last chance for you. You have to fill a form. If you want placement, you are supposed to stay home for only 3 years.
Yeah.
After 3 years, you are supposed to go and write BEC again.
Wow.
So I was so determined to go to school. Sometimes when I buy kenke, I don't buy fish. And then the people will be laughing at me. What at all do you use the money for? We see that people come to your place to sew their shoes. But when you buy kenke, you don't want to buy fish. Why?
Did that make you sad?
You die. And then leave the money.
That's
Are you going to build a house? They don't know. They didn't know what I was planning to do. I told nobody what I was planning.
Which senior high school did you?
I went to Swim Presbyterian Senior High School.
Okay. To do which course?
To do general arts.
General arts.
Yes.
Okay. Was that in line with what you wanted to do in terms of career? And
yes, because all my life I wanted to be a lawyer.
Okay.
Yes, because I've seen a lot of injustices for the poor. If you are poor, sometimes when you have a case against a rich man, the rich man will go and hire a lawyer, and then you find yourself wanting. Sometimes you are not even guilty, but because the lawyer is there and you do not have a lawyer, no one intercedes for you, and then they jail you.
So
I want to be a lawyer. So for the poor,
also help the poor.
I want to be a lawyer for the poor. I will not charge anything.
Wow.
Yes.
That's impressive. That's heartwarming.
So for now, I want to be a lawyer and economist.
Yeah.
And then a businessman. I will get the money from the business to support myself, so that I will not rely on the law. The law is for charity.
Pro bono.
Yes, the law is for charity. And I also want to establish businesses. That is why I chose to do economics at the university.
Okay, so let's talk about your life in senior high school. I take it that the hardship was still there. How did you cope
Oh, actually,
in senior high school?
when after school, I quickly go back to my workplace, the shoemaking job, and then I get some money for the following day.
Okay.
When it is weekends or holidays, then it is good news for me because I know I'll go to work.
You're going to work.
Yes.
Okay, so that's how you're able to pay your school fees in.
Actually,
in
the
senior
money
high
for the
school.
fees, I got it during vacation.
Okay.
Yes.
Then the ones you do during school days,
That
is
is
for
for
upkeep.
my upkeep.
So how much are you making averagely a day?
Actually, I make about 6 Ghana cedis as of that time.
Okay.
So I save sometimes 4 cedis or 5 cedis.
So you spend 2 CDs a day?
Yes. That is why when I buy kenke, I don't buy fish. And people were laughing at me.
Wow, I see. So that went through senior high school. Is there any moments that you felt like giving up?
Yes, sometimes when I sit down and feel very hungry, I think that if I stop the schooling and go and do it, because I was having some friends who entered into Galamsey, and then they said there is a lot of money there. But that was not my aim because I always hear that people are dying there. Even my friends, the 2 friends I was having, they died there.
Wow.
Yes.
You lost your friends in the
Galamsey pit. Yes.
What was your grade in senior high school, like when you finished?
Actually, I got 6 A's in the
6
WASI.
A's?
Yes.
Under these conditions?
Yeah, because I learned a lot. If you are studying with me, you will go and sleep, but I'll be there. When my friends ask me why, I just tell them I'm teaching the book a lesson.
I'm teaching the book a lesson.
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. I see. So you had 6 A's, finished school.
Yeah.
Then it was time for the university.
Yeah. So it got to the time for the university, and when you write the WASI, you stay home for 3 months.
Yeah.
So I stayed home and then still work as a shoemaker, got some money, and then my teachers at the senior high school also contributed some money for me.
Okay.
And then my uncle and then my cousin, they also gave me some money. So I used the money to go and rent a house.
Okay.
I didn't stay at the hostel.
In Winneba?
In Winneba, where I schooled.
Okay.
I couldn't stay at the halls because they were very expensive. So I went close to the seaside.
Okay.
There, the rooms are relatively cheap, but the only thing is that you walk a very long distance before you go to the school.
Okay. So you were walking this long distance
I was
to and
walking.
from school.
Yes.
And these same people also helped you with your school fees. I'm sure you had saved some money as well. So
yes.
for your
So
school
when
fees
when they give me something, then I add it to what I have.
And then
because they said if you prepare your load pad before somebody will carry you.
Yes. You need to put in the effort yourself
Before somebody will
for
help.
someone someone to also help you. Okay, so you went through school, 4 years of uni. What were the highs and lows of it for you?
Actually, I applied for several scholarships. I couldn't get. I was so poor and very hungry. It got to a point, school has reopened. About 2 weeks, I was not able to go to the school. But one of the lecturers called me to come. So I was on the way going, and then the car involved in an accident.
Wow. With you in the car or his car? He was in the car alone?
He was in the car.
Okay.
So it involved in an accident, but survived. There was survivor, so no one died.
Okay.
And then when I went to the school again, I realized that electrical fault, because those rooms close to the sea, they are old rooms. The electrical connection is very bad.
Yeah.
So the electrical fault led to fire outbreak in my room. Everything got bent.
So how did you manage that semester?
Oh, friends and other people came in to
help
but
you.
it was not so much. So I still struggled a lot.
Did that affect your academics?
Oh yes, it affected me. Only that semester I got only 1A.
Okay.
But meanwhile, all the previous semesters, I used to get maybe 6 A's or 5 A's. But as for that particular semester,
It was very difficult for you. And
Yes.
I'm sure you nearly...
Yes, that was the only semester I landed in C, grade C. Yeah.
I see. This is a very interesting story. So, fast forward to today, you graduated in economics and geography, right? With the first class.
Yeah.
How did you feel when you realized that you had achieved that? You had achieved the highest class you could get?
Oh, I'm so much elated, and then again, I thank God for it. But I also thank myself because I was so determined. None of the things I went through moved me. Yes. And I also thank people who helped me because a lot of people thought that, oh, this guy is struggling, so they came in to help.
So, what has this taught you, this experience, what has it taught you about life?
What this teaches me is that no matter what we want to achieve, we will achieve. God will help us, but we must be determined. If we are very determined, we will achieve it. Well, somebody will say that, well, you were doing shoemaking. Why didn't you do that? Because a lot of people are also doing shoemaking. And that is, yeah. But what I want to say is that we all have higher aspirations. And then no matter what you have, you still look for more.
Yeah.
And then don't let people discourage you that you are doing this, so be there. So
if anybody is listening to us, watching this video right now, what form of assistance would you want?
If I get a job after national service, I was gladly accept it, and I work hard as I used to do when I'm shoemaker. Yeah. Because I want to raise some money to go to school again and then continue doing that. I want to do a lot of work so that I can also help people. Because when you come to my community in Suhum, there are a lot of people who are unemployed. When people complete senior high school, they just come to Accra, then to hustle. So I'm thinking, as an economist, I'm thinking about maybe when businesses come there, a lot of people will stop coming to Accra, and then the economy of Suhum will boom up, and then a lot of people can also help other people. Then the poverty of the masses in Suhum will reduce.
Reduce. My final questions to you will have to have a national relevance. You know, there's free SHS now, and the country is almost divided about it, whether it's a good thing or it's a bad thing. Looking at the kind of struggle you had to go through, paying your way through SHS and your experience, would you say that, what's your
perception about
free
SHS?
Yes.
I wish that even the education should be free up from the nursery to the university. Even if you want to do PhD, it should be free.
It should be free.
Because if school had been free, like I wouldn't have suffered like that.
Yeah.
Because I was suffering all because I want to go to school.
Go to school.
So I wish school is free.
But has the experience made you bitter? Do you have any bitterness that?
No, I don't have any bitterness. I've learned a lot from it. Yeah. I've learned a lot, and now I'm very strong. There is nothing you do to me that I'll feel so much sad. Yes, because I've been through a lot. I've been through a lot of sad moments.
I see. Ishmael, thank you very much for your time on Humans Channel, and congratulations again.
Thank you,
we wish you all the best in the years to come. For us, we believe that you've carried the heavier load by yourself, and we hope that the subsequent ones will be easier in achieving your goal. Thank you very much. Is there anybody you want to say a special thank you? You thank God, you thank...
I would like to use this opportunity to thank the Almighty God for how far He has brought me with first-class honors. I would like to thank all my teachers at the Suhum Presec, the senior high school, who contributed money for me. And then I would like to thank my uncle, my brother, my cousin, and all my parents. I would like to thank the Deputy Registrar of Operations, Mr. Alexander Esa, for his help. I would like to thank the Deputy Registrar of Academics at that time, Madam Wilhelmina Tech, and then all other people. I would like to thank Mr. Louis Cole. That particular man has been an inspiration to me. Sometimes he shares his own story with me, and it motivated me so much. And I would like to also thank myself for not giving up.
It's very important. You need to congratulate yourself for not giving up. That's good. So this has been an episode of Humans Channel. We shot this at Lagalet restaurant on the Sprintex Road. They've served us nice breakfast. You can come in for your pastries, for your food, during the sports matches or the matches, UEFA Champions League, EPL. You can come to Lagalet and watch. And you have fantastic service here. And with the Christmas also coming, Lagalet has some wonderful packages for you, hampers and all. So bring your family, come and get some hampers for a loved one. And thank you so much for watching.